33 minutes talking about them and how to do them, okay? And we want to ask you guys to make some commitments. This is serious stuff, and let's do it together. And if anybody goes to the bathroom during this or gets up out of your chair, we're going to scream at you in bloody rage.
We've been, and I want to point this out to you guys too, is that we've been going back and forth because we came from the field. Dave and I came from the field, so we understand what it is and what it's like to make income disclaimers and make income claims and stuff like that. And or actually, we didn't know what it was like because in the field, truthfully, there was no real education about it. In the previous companies that I was in, truthfully, and they were all great companies, and I respect them and I love them, but nobody was making money. So nobody had to worry about it, right? So it's just the truth. I'm just being truthful.
There's nothing to claim.
Love it or hate it, it was just the truth, right? Nobody was really making any money. There was like two guys, like we said, so there was no real education. So at first, and I'll just, this is just the truth, is when we started talking about income claims and disclosures and stuff like this, I actually thought that it would hurt sales. And I actually thought that because this is just basically a lot of misinformation and misguidance, and there's a lot of bad teachers out there. Would you agree? Yeah. A lot of bad teachers, and a lot of times we model bad examples, right? We see somebody who's out there and they're like, make $1 billion in 2 seconds, and they're doing well, and we think that that's the way to do it, but it's really not, because the truth is, and this is what I found in my own marketing. And I've also seen other guys, other big marketers who have just been brutal with the disclosure. You know what it makes me feel like when I'm buying from them? It makes me trust them more. It does. It makes me trust them more because they're willing to go the extra step to put the disclosure in there. And what I've noticed and what we've noticed, because Dave and I market just like you guys do. And I don't know if all of you in here know that. A lot of you here, again, one more time, a show of hands. Who in here, this is their first event? Show of hands.
Crazy.
Okay, so we started this company not because we wanted to build the biggest company, but because we really wanted to have the richest team. We wanted to really give people a chance for success. So we're actively in the trenches marketing. We've done a lot of tests. And ever since I started adding little disclosures in my emails, my sales have increased. Why? Well, because there's a lot of people who, everybody's not like me. Like I believe that, sometimes in the marketing niche, it's like an incestuous little community of schemers who love to buy schemy shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I was joking about this the other day, but it's kind of the truth. Some guys, they see a video, and if it's just not all professionally done, they just don't want to have anything to do with it. But me, if one of those really schemy videos starts, I just get sucked in. And the schemier, the better. But the truth is that everybody is not like me, right? Everybody's not like you. So in order to be as successful as possible, we've got to not only be legal. Because guys, this is not just about, being here today and being gone tomorrow. This is not what this is about. This is about building a legacy. It's about building a dynasty. It's about being around for a long time. It's about being able to build a business that you can pass on to your kids. That's what we're here for. Let's do this for the majority of the time. We got about 30 minutes to do this. Okay, so I want to shoot Kevin some questions. Actually, if somebody could get me a handheld mic too, maybe we'll even open up some other questions about this stuff. If you guys do have questions for how to do disclosures or how to frame products, that might be a good idea. But Kevin, you told us some things real early on about income disclosures. Because I think our first video had one gigantic 30-minute income claim with no disclosure whatsoever. And you saw it. I know that you had to get resuscitation and go to the hospital there for a minute. But what are the actual rules? If somebody makes a claim in a video, a blog post, on Facebook, how do they have to actually disclose that to be legal?
Sure. Well, yeah. Before we get into specifics,
can I Give Kevin Thompson a hand, guys.
Come on, Kevin.
Make some noise for him. Oh no, that was me kissing Dave.
Yeah.
Well, mic's off. Uh-oh. There we go. Back on. All right. Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here. And I tell you, we're breaking new ground because I don't think any lawyer has ever been in this kind of an environment with these kind of guys. I'll take it off later, but not for you. I'm nice, but don't piss me off.
Liar.
That being said, the last time we were here, back in Chicago, I think, and there's a lot of first-timers here, we covered about the importance of compliance. And usually when you hear the C word, you think, that's kind of boring. But just what Sharp was mentioning, there's a book called Speed of Trust. And the whole point of the book, it says, look, there's an economic value to trust. And the great companies out there in the marketplace, they invest considerable resources building up trust. And in this kind of profession, they purposefully build a professional sales culture, right? And that's what these guys are doing. They're trying to purposely build a professional sales culture. And so that's why we have, the compliance training module that's out there. Another thing about compliance that makes it important, especially as a company begins to grow significantly, it's like when you're digging for pipes in Texas, for oil. If you're off by an inch, right? As you extrapolate, as you go out in the future, you could be off by several miles if you're not careful. So that's the importance of course correcting as you operate your company. And that's what's going on here. So what's happening is there's a lot of folks out here making money, right? And here's the good news. You can talk about the money that you're making. That's not illegal. And Dave, you're asking about the rule. The rule is this. Whenever you talk about money, assuming it's above average, and let's just be honest, you're not going to talk about average money. You have to provide a disclosure. That's the basic rule. Okay, so then the FTC drills down a little bit further and they say, well, here's how you do it. And this law, guys, it just came out in April. So it's really fresh. And we're still trying to interpret it. It's federal government stuff. It's boring. But they give specific instructions as far as how you can create disclosures and provide disclosures online. Okay, and everybody here, you're all internet marketers, you're all online, you have an internet business, so it's important to understand these basics. So here's what they say. You make a claim online, whether it's on your blog, or you show an image, you're holding a check, and you put the image on Facebook. That's also an income claim. You make these claims, it's imperative, what the FTC says, that you provide clear and conspicuous disclosure next to the ad, or next to the claim, right? And it also needs to be in close proximity. Now that's just government speak for it needs to be damn close to the claim that you make, right? So you make the claim, the disclosure needs to be close. So let's go a little bit farther. Well, what kind of disclosure do you need to put out there? Well, they do allow you to insert a hyperlink to where you can link to their disclosure, right? And the Empower Network disclosure on its website, it's got a lot of data. It doesn't just give you the average based on active people, which is what a lot of companies do, because if you reduce the population, the average is higher. They show you the average income of everybody, right? People that join and do nothing. They're factored in that average. That's it. Transparency is a good thing. That's one thing these guys do really well amongst a lot of things that they do well is they're incredibly transparent. And so you got a good income disclosure document. So you make these claims in Facebook, you do it online, and also the link needs to be labeled. So here's an example. And actually it's going to be a requirement. Please click the link to see average earnings. And then you put the link. The FTC says if you put a link there, you can't label it generically and say disclaimer, right? Because that doesn't really tell them a whole lot. So what we want you to do is say, please click the link to see average earnings. You're asking them, go look. We got nothing to hide. Go look. And one more point why that's important, and then we'll have some more discussion about it. back in 2011, the Federal Trade Commission basically said that if you guys are marketers and you're associated with the company in any way, and you guys are, you're independent contractors and you're associated with the Empower Network, these guys are judged based on how you guys operate. So this whole idea of compliance education, it's relatively...
Brother up. Look a brother up.
Yeah. This compliance education is relatively new, right? There's 2 lawyers in this. That's how you make a disclosure online, and of course there's more training, in your compliance section on your website. Do you guys have any questions or comments?
I got one as far as just for clarification. Guys, write that down. That was actually the please. What was that again?
Please click this link to see the average earnings.
And you can, even on Facebook, right? Even on Facebook, and that's a huge platform that you guys are, showing checks, taking pictures, stuff like that. And I love to do it too. You've got the badassbutton.com. I mean, there's ways to get it done, to get the link in there, and just slap that baby right under any picture and everything. You've noticed Dave and I doing that on all of our blog posts and stuff too. Real quick though, just for clarification, if somebody makes an audio claim, like say I'm doing a conference call or say I'm doing a video, do I need to go above and beyond? Like say I'm talking about the story of Sam Crowley here or something in the video, or of one of our leaders, whatever, that's made $100,000 or $200,000. Is a link below the video enough? Or do I also need to do an audio or something like that?
No, that's a great question, and there's multiple ways income claims are made, right? They're made with images, they're made in text, they're made audio, and they're also made in video. And the rule is you have to make the disclosure in the same format as the claim. So in an audio type of situation, you would want there to be an audio disclaimer, preferably at the beginning, at a minimum at the end of the audio presentation. And the company will have to provide a script, as far as what gets said in the audio.
Just a couple of things here really quick. First of all, does everybody in here know that our affiliate disclosure page is affiliate coded?
Yes.
Is there anybody that doesn't know that?
Yeah.
You guys?
Yeah.
Okay. What that means, and we're also the only company that does this, by the way, it means that if you add $ID equals and then your username to the end of our disclosure page, and you send somebody there, it cookies the person who clicks on the disclosure to you, and if they go back to the front of the site and they join, you get the sale, you get the leads, it credits to you. Okay, so I want you guys to realize that you can actually, because even, guys, a lot of people don't realize our system works like this. They think Dave and I just had an interview, somebody's asking me about this, they think Dave and I sign up tons of people on the front of the site. The reality is I checked last month, the front of the site signed up nobody. Because every affiliate in Empower, every affiliate overrides the front blog. All of you. So if somebody clicks on that disclosure page and they click from your link and then they go back to empowernetwork.com and they sign up as a lead, you get the lead, you get the sale, you get the upsell, you get the whole downline. Okay? So it's a good thing to get people to click on the disclosure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.